Fair use only, fair use only.
Video. Time is definitely running out. Check it out. Let me know what you think about this, what my brother's saying.
I really want you guys to understand that time is running out. And a lot of black people say that, but for real. Part of why the civil rights movement has been so successful, and part of why those who have come after in terms of our leadership have been able to maintain a presence, is that black people have always had a certain amount of moral currency that we have been using. And let me be the first to tell you, that's used up. White America has been watching us act like fools for a long enough time where any sympathy they may have had to our plight is completely gone. You're approaching a country that, forget hating black people or not hating black people, they just don't care. You can be talking about affirmative action, they can be like, I don't care. It literally is of no importance to me. I don't care about slavery. I don't care about segregation. I don't care about you.
Wow.
I don't care how many of you all go to jail.
Wow.
I don't care at all, because I'm broke.
Right.
You can't be the proud, noble fighter when every single time someone sees a person that looks like you on television, they're acting like a damn fool. How would they know? How would they know you're not a damn fool? They gonna talk to you? Yeah, right.
Everybody need to watch this video. Time is definitely running out. Check it out. Let me know what you think about this, what my brother's saying.
I really want you guys to understand that time is running out. And a lot of black people say that, but for real. Part of why the civil rights movement has been so successful, and part of why those who have come after in terms of our leadership have been able to maintain a presence, is that black people have always had a certain amount of moral currency that we have been using. And let me be the first to tell you, that's used up. White America has been watching us act like fools for a long enough time where any sympathy they may have had to our plight is completely gone. You're approaching a country that, forget hating black people or not hating black people, they just don't care. You can be talking about affirmative action, they can be like, I don't care. It literally is of no importance to me. I don't care about slavery. I don't care about segregation. I don't care about you. I don't care how many of you all go to jail. I don't care at all, because I'm broke. You can't be the proud, noble fighter when every single time someone sees a person that looks like you on television, they're acting like a damn fool. How would they know? How would they know you're not a damn fool? They gonna talk to you? Yeah, right.
Everybody need.
So like I say, with that, let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rachakodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. This particular clip just charged something in me to do a little lesson. Lord willing, it'll take no more than 15-20 minutes. Time is running out. That's the name of it. He made a couple of points as far as civil rights was successful, as far as us bowing down and bending down to the will of the oppressor and just going along with the program and showing to be a good little boy and girl. That's some bullshit. Civil rights was not successful. You know, the moral currency, honestly, he is correct in that point. The moral currency that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians once held has just been stripped to the bottom of the barrel. After so long, how many times do you after you've seen so many things happen to the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, they still can't get a foot up, they still can't get no prosperity? You take one or two of a village and you make them the show pony, and you reward them, but the money, the currency, the credit that you give them, they can't distribute it throughout the communities, throughout the hoods. how many so-called rich people that we have in sports and in fame and doing ideas and projects and things that they inventions and so on and so forth, where these things should be relegated to those individuals that come from those hoods, those barrios, those ghettos, and they should be able to distribute it in whichever way they see fit to to bring back to the hood, to the ghetto, to the neighborhoods, right? But there's a clause. There's a you can't do this, you can't do that. There's a stigmatization or a stigma where they have to move out of the hood. They have to be amongst um, a certain demographic of people to keep pushing the agenda of you know uh, of their entertainment, whether it be sports or music or whatever it is, acting. You know, they can no longer be in the hood. They have to boost up their financial stability. You know, their what they call it. They have to live. They have to live according to the means in which they become a part of the higher class. You know, so on and so forth. So with that, and there's many scriptures that go into that as far as those individuals receiving their prize on this side, right? Them being as kings, when who's that? Is that Luke or Timothy? He say, "I wish that you would rule as kings. I wish you were as kings, so we can rule with you." Let me get that. Let's start there. Let's start there. Yeah. Oh, shoot. First Corinthians. First Corinthians 4:8. And it states, "Now ye are full, now ye are rich. Ye have reigned as kings without us." Right. That goes to all these high-paid, high-priced entertainers and superstars, so-called, and of the Negro, Latino, and Native American community. You know, this quote right here, this scripture right here is talking to you. It say, "Now ye are full, now ye are rich." Right. Pushing the narrative of peace and love, just like Aaron McGruder was saying. Aaron McGruder, he's the guy that created the Boondocks series, cartoon series, which used a lot of so-called Negroes, um, actors and everything like that, from John Witherspoon to I forget the lady name. She played both of the boys' voiceovers. Gina Hall, Regina Hall. Beautiful, man, beautiful people, but at the same time, um, funny, talented people, and that's what I mean. But at the same time, through being blind, they receive their consolation on this side, unless they repent, which a lot of them guys, from a lot of them people that played in Friday right now, they won't be able to play a Friday Part 4 or 5, whichever one it is, right? John Witherspoon, you got Tiny Lester, who played Zeus. I mean, well, he did play Zeus in one of the movies, but he also played Debo. Um, who's a comedian? My back in my back in my. What do you say? Damn, man. My back in my neck. Yeah, I mean. And then that girl made a song, "My Neck, My Back." Kia from Florida. You know, she made a song of that shit. You know, but all these people, they were once rich. You know, they reigned as kings without us. They were famous. They had all these things, but the sovereignty, the commonwealth of the children of the people of Israel, the children of Israel, it wasn't established because of these individuals, because of Esau Edom, the so-called white man, giving these people a certain platform to speak on and a certain bank account, a form of credit, so they call it, a form of credit to establish them as being those that made it. And everyone else, all the rest of the so-called Negroes and Latinos, trying to reach that same status, when we all know it's too many of us for all of us to be kings, instead of us just worshiping Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, who's the righteous king, the true and only one king, Lord, the Lord of Lords, kings of kings, right? Overall, instead of just worshiping him and being patient upon his return and us returning back to him, our people want to take that place in this wicked ass, sinful and adulterous world. Again, now ye are full, now ye are rich, ye have reigned as kings without us, without your own people. You did what you did. You sleeping in the bed with the enemy, and they made you feel comfortable to the point where you become, you know, one of them. What's that? Isaiah is it 14, 15, and 19, where it say, all the wicked, you know, is going to be thrust through, and those that are joined to them shall be thrust through. The wicked shall not go unpunished. You know, even though you hold hands, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Even though you try to give love and seek benefits for these people, it's not going to go unpunished, but it had to happen. There's a scripture that go into how the wicked is, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the wicked seduceth them. And that's what happened to the majority of our people. They've been seduced. And even with this truth coming out in the last days, either they don't really retain. They haven't really been converted. They haven't really been reborn. They've heard it. It sounds good, and they found a way to make themselves feel good off of this and that scripture. They don't believe in the entirety, you know, the entire truth of Yahweh Shema Shah. Or they either took in a bag full of holes in it, where they become degenerate at the end of the day. They receive benefits to become degenerate. They receive benefits to become degenerate. That's a lesson right there. Again, it says, now ye are full, now ye are rich, ye have reigned as kings without us. And I would to the Most High, ye did reign. I wish that you really was in power. It would be nice if you really was in power, because you really had any power. All these Jay-Z's and Michael Jordans and so on and so forth. If y'all really had power, then what? That we also might reign with you. Then we would reign with you. Just like Solomon. When Solomon had the power, the kingdom of Israel reigned with him. What's that? Queen of Sheba. She said the doorman looked like he was a king. You know, that's the true rulership. But for the rest of you, your time is running out. Those that don't understand what's really happening, what's really going on in the world right now, your time is running out. And it starts with understanding Yahweh. We're having faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and understanding the blueprint that he gave us as far as his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, which leads to just fearing Yahweh Bashim Yahushua sincerely. Just being, you know, just being a real individual as far as really having a concern for somebody. And I'm talking about that concern being for the Heavenly Father, you know. And he gave us his only begotten Son as a way to go through and get back to in good connections with him. And our people find any way in the world to pretty much like neglect it. They don't want to know it. With that, I want to get this in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 4. We're going to start at 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whether ye go to possess. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes, and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who have the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him? And what nation is there so great, that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? All right. And that what kept us being intelligent, being smart, which I want to, do I got it over here? I don't got it. Let me see if I can look it up over here. Being smart, the true definition of smart. Y'all gonna do that to me. There we go. Smart etymology. That's cool. I like that. That's cool. No, I don't want to go. Yeah, here. Smart etymology. Smart, to cause pain, to suffer pain, be painful. In reference to wounds, from Proto-Germanic smarta. Right, let's jump down. It says, according to Watkins, the Germanic word is perhaps cognate with Latin mordere, to bite, and to figuratively to pain, cause hurt, and both might be from an extended form of pi root myrrh, to rub away, harm. All right, usually of a lively, pungent, local pain. Smarted, smarts, smarting. All right, it's to not be in a sense of sleep. Right. What's the opposite of this? Is nice. Let me see if I can get that. Nice. It's the opposite of pain and the truth. Nice. 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 Edamon online. All right. Refers late 13th century in reference to persons foolish, ignorant, frivolous, senseless, careless, clumsy, weak, poor, needy, simple, stupid, silly, foolish. All right. That's the opposite of smart, which means pain. Right. It's actually like you just being lied to, you being foolish, ignorant, not knowing any better. Smart, means it comes with a sense of knowing what it is what they say, no pain, no gain. Right? A lot of these people out here in this world, they don't understand that in order to have something, in order to keep something, you have to go through the pain and the struggle for it. Right? But what the Lord is expressing right, Salakia. What the Lord is expressing right now is that you have to understand, you have to go through the pain, you have to go through the smarts, the understanding, right, of letting things go. What we call it, tough love. You gotta show people tough love. When you cleave to the knowledge, to wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shah, it doesn't come with a sense of everybody being a part of it. It doesn't come with a sense of everybody can do what they want to do and still be comforted. No, it comes with a sense of you have to go through the straight gate. There's going to be hard times. You got to understand why separation is being developed. You got to understand why you can't get your way all the time. You got to understand why the Lord's going to take you through trials and tribulations, how he's going to chastise those who he loves. You're going to have to go through that pain. And if you're smart, you're going to comprehend the understanding of that. Going back to Deuteronomy 4 and 5, and 6, let me go, matter of fact, let's go back there. Let's go back there. I don't want to lead to Deuteronomy 4 and 6 again. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. Because, when we was going through our struggles, through the slavery, through the captivity, we were going through the 50s, 60s, and 70s as far as being beat down in the streets, and 70s and 80s, and the crack epidemic, the drugs being pushed in our hood, the 90s with the AIDS epidemic, and, all these other situations going on. Our people still had it in them to be like, okay, we're here to suffer this. We're going to suffer it. We're going to suffer it, but we're going to still have a smile on our face. We're going to still treat people with kindness and respect and things of this nature. But at the same time, you're loving and you're respecting and showing kindness to the wrong people. To the wrong people. Right now that the truth is coming out on who you're supposed to show love to, who you're supposed to neglect, who you love the evil, love the slacky, love the good and hate the evil. You're supposed to have that understanding right now. With a balance, not like you're going to do anything to those that's evil or those that's wicked or those that's going off, sorcerers and adulterers, but you're just going to keep your distance, be separate from them, be holy, and show yourself as an example of the image of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to the best of our ability, because he's doing it all. We just humbling ourselves to become vessels for him to use us at the end of the day, as the Lord told us to do from the beginning. Again, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. And like Aaron McGruder was saying, they looking at our people right now like, damn, these niggas is dumb as fuck. They off the chain. If we don't do something right now, in the next 5 to 10 years, these guys are gonna take over everything. And they're gonna be worse than us at taking over everything. And of course, Esau Edom is not gonna go through that. He's not going to do that, because 2/3 of our people, they're using the technology, they're using the instruments of the cruel. They're using the instruments of Esau Edom in order to accomplish their ignorance, in order to accomplish their lust. All right? What's really going to catch Esau Edom off guard and these other heathen nations is the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah. And he's using his elect, starting with his 144,000, to be that representation. And that's what the Esau Edom and these wicked individuals of the world, that's what they really are afraid of. All right? It's not being a civil rights activist and agreeing with everything. And, because through civil rights, what do we have right now because of civil rights? You got the FBI, you got the alphabet community that use the civil rights as a platform to boost their immorality. And us as so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, if we so-called once upon a time had a moral currency, like he said it's running out. Yeah, it is running out. But it's not only because of us doing wicked things in the streets as far as drug dealers and gangbangers. Homosexuality is an immoral act. It's an immoral act. It's it's a vain act. You worried about somebody looking at you because of the way Esau Edom promotes the so-called Negroes and Latinos, because he know the downtrodden state they're in. So he'll take a couple of them and put them on the pedestal, as long as they promote wickedness. All right. But our people so weak and so weak and so simple-minded that they'll fall for it just so they can pretty much become like a what's a word I want to use? They pretty much become like a what they call them, an escort. All these entertainers, all these sports motherfuckers, All they are is escorts for the higher ups. That's all they are, really. At the end of the day, they're escorts being exposed for whatever they can be used for. And time is running out. Time is running out. Let me get this in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 2. I'm going to jump down to verse 21. Yeah. Yet I had planted thee a noble vine. Right? The Lord gave us his law, statutes, and commandments to look like we're close, in the sight of the nations. Who was so close to the Most High than these that had his understanding, that had his truth, that how to operate, how to compare wisdom, to folly, how to distinguish between what should be done and what should be left out, And at the end of the day, seeing the benefits of it, right? Yeah, I have planted thee a noble vine, holy a right seed. Then how then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? Right. If you go up here, I'm gonna just go ahead. I don't want to take too long. It says, verse 20, Jeremiah 2:20. For of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bonds, and thou saidst, I will not transgress. When upon every high hill and every green tree thou wandereth, plain the hearted. So every time the Lord saved us from our foolishness, from our wickedness, from being degenerate, what did we do? We still went into every nation, every country, playing a hearted wandering, playing a whore. Right? Jumping down to verse 22, it says, For though thou wash thee with nitrate, and take thee much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, said the Lord power. So even though you do all these things, it's like a wife or a woman sit out there being a trick and a whore out in the streets, and then when she come to see you, she take a nice little, before she come to see you, she take a nice little cleanup in the bath and everything like that, but you can still see it in her face that she's been deceitful, that she's done something she shouldn't have done. She can't get her words together. Her mind is all over the place, right? All right. With that, I'm going to get this. We're going to go to, up here, because I don't get the book. We're going to go to the Apocrypha, KJV. Second Esdras 9. And we're going to start at verse 15. Verse 15. I have said before, and now do ask, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. All right, so the Lord is saying, 2/3 of our people, that degenerate plant, when the Lord come and bring this fire, when the Lord come and bring this cleansing agent, right, which is really his word, that's the ultimate fire. In Jeremiah, the Lord said, my word is as a fire. That's the cleansing agent. What's that in Psalms? And go, how will a man cleanse his way? By taking heed to the words of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. This is the baptism. This is the fire. This is the fire. This is the baptism. This is what's supposed to burn all those impurities out of you. The word of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. Right? Verse 17. Verse 17, it says, And he answered me, saying, Like as the field is, so is also the seed. As the flower be, so are the colors also. Which as the workman is, such also is the work, and as the husbandman is himself, so is his husbandry also. For it was the time of the world. All right. So either you're of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, or you're of the world. Either your tree is going to produce good fruit, or your tree is going to produce bad fruit. And bad fruit cannot be used. And in the time that we're coming into bad fruit cannot be used. It's going to go off. It's going to say some things. It's going to get the ministry blamed, right? It's not looked at as an example of the kingdom to come. So it's going to stay here and have to be destroyed. Verse 18, and now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in that now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world, in this world that is made, are corrupted by a perpetual seed. Yeah, they've been influenced by Esau, even the wicked. Like I said before, that precept that goes into the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduceth them. All right, to the point where even our people have exceeded the deeds of the wicked. All right, our people have exceeded the deeds of the wicked. Right. Esau Edom came up with homosexuality, but our people want to wear it as a badge of honor. It used to be a time where it had to be inside a closed door. Well, I can't say they invented it. You know, Cain was the first one that invented the bullshit. But they took it from Cain, and now in these days and time, our people going back to those modes. Our people are the ones that's most pushing that vibration. You know that when you look at life from a simple aspect, it doesn't make any sense for a woman to be with a woman or a man to be with a man. As far as what was the overall natural ability for men to be with men, for men to be with women, and women to be with men for procreation. Okay, but people have put their feelings and their emotions, get all that involved into it, and it's clouded their minds from having righteous judgment, from making moral decisions. All right, verse 19. Verse 19, for then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable, which is unsearchable, rid themselves. All right. Verse 20, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that will come into it. And I saw, this is the point, and I saw and spared it greatly. Right, talking about the world of Israel. The Lord saw it and spared greatly, and he separated his elect from the rest of the 2/3 of Israel. You know, he those spirits that's from the beginning. Right now, he's endowing his spirit into them. He's cleaning them up. He's cleaning them out. You know, his word, that fire, the purifier. And say, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that will come into it. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. All right. Again, not again, but verse 22, let the multitude perish then. Right, again. Let the multitude perish then. Let the 2/3 of Israel be destroyed. Time is running out. Okay, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. So let's get that in Malachi. Don't do that. Slow down. Yep, Malachi chapter 3. We can start at verse 1. The purifier, Yahushua. It say, behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me, and the Lord whom ye seek shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant. And who's the Yahushua? whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. But who may abide the day of his coming, and who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like full of soap. So his Lord right now, he's cleaning up everything, but not everybody's taking that shower. Not everybody's taking that bath. Not everybody's being baptized with the witness of Yahweh Shema Shah through the Holy Spirit and being cleansed up, being cleaned up. They're not getting it. They stuck on what they were taught and brought up in when it comes to the Babylonian Jews, and they won't let it go. You say abide. What does that word abide mean? Let's see. Abide. All right. Abide.
Abide.
Abide generally means to accept, tolerate, or act in accordance with something. All right. So who's going to abide in the day of the Lord? Right? Don't do that. You don't try to throw me off. Here we go. Malachi chapter 3 and verse 2 again. But who may abide the day of his coming? Who's going to agree with the day of the Lord's coming? It's not going to be with sweetness and love and mercy and kindness. The Lord is giving you mercy right now. Right now, he's only those that he's purifying, those that he's refining through his word. Those are the ones that are going to receive that mercy and that grace in the day when his wrath is fulfilled upon the earth. And those individuals is he going to find faith? Because that was the question he posed, and I forget the actual book, but he said, "Will I find faith when he comes to the earth?" Roughly paraphrasing. And that's going to be done in those that he's cleaning up right now. Abide, right? To agree with. Matter of fact, let's go there. Let's get that in John. John, the New Testament, chapter 15. We're going to jump down to verse 4. Well, it's beautiful. Let's start right here. Yeah, Yahweh Shai is divine. Followers are branches, right? This is Yahweh Shai speaking this in already. He said, "I am the true vine," right? The Lord said he made us a noble vine, right? As we read in Jeremiah chapter 2, he made us a noble vine. Yahweh Shai is the head of all of that. He's the true vine, right? And my Father is the husbandman. So the Lord is of course going back into refining. He's refining the elected Israel through Yahweh Shai, starting with having fear and trusting in the words of Yahweh Shai. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it. That's that refiner's fire. He purgeth it that it may bring forth more fruit. When people start seeing your ways and seeing what you're doing, or how the Lord is using you, then it becomes what they call it, contagious. It becomes contagious. People start looking at their life different, like, damn, man, oh, wow. And sometimes you might be in the fire. You might be accustomed to doing some of those fucked up things. But that moment the Lord changed your mindset, if you wait and have patience on your Yahweh Shema Shai, he changed your mindset. Then you start speaking up for the Lord. Then people are going to look at that. They're going to be like, oh, okay, dang, that's what we got going on. Either they're going to love it or they're going to hate it. Love it or hate it, dog. We're going to be on top. Love it or hate it. But either they're going to love it or they're going to hate it. But if it's the truth, then if they love it, then that's going to be to their benefit. If they don't, if they hate it, it's going to be to their demise. But this is a record being shown before all. Ultimately, a record being shown before Yahweh Shema Shai in the court of his law, in his court, when judgment day comes. Verse 3, now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Right. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abide in me, he that agree with me, he that do what I tell him to do, he that go according to what I tell him, what I'm saying, he that go accordingly, right? He that abide in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit, for without me ye can do nothing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. If ye abide in me, my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be my disciples. Right. Once again, the Lord, the Heavenly Father, through his only begotten Son, is purging out those that's abiding with him. That's spending their time and their confidence, their time and their confidence, their time and their confidence, their time and their efforts, right? Getting closer to the Lord, abiding in his word, learning the Lord, learning what the Lord deems us to be a part of and how we're supposed to operate within that. Back to Malachi, chapter 3. Oh yeah, verse 3. Yeah. And he shall sit as a refiner, right? That's what we were just talking about in John, right? In John chapter 15. And he shall sit as a refiner and a purifier of silver. And he shall purify the sons of Levi and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness. Then shall the offering of Judah and Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord, as in the days of old, and as in former years. And that's what's happening right now. The northern and southern kingdom are coming together, doing their best to offer a sacrifice, a willing sacrifice unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, a perfect sacrifice, which is retaining this knowledge, this wisdom, and this understanding, and standing so boldly for the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushua while doing it, right? Executing judgment with words that in the future it's going to take place. It's going to manifest in the future. Right now, it's just a warning sign. Take these words seriously and get your shit right. Why? Because time is running out. All right, verse 5, it states, verse 5 says, I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers. Matter of fact, before I even get there, let's go back to John. Let's get this, John chapter 10. Hell yeah, John chapter 10. I'm going to jump down to verse 8. Or verse 7, it says, Then said Yahushua unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. All right? All right? Because this word is going out. And a lot of people, they try to act as if they was the Lord. They spoke. And there's a lot of people that's been deceived. They're by the robbers. All right? But the Lord said it was going to be like that. 2/3 are going to be deceived by the robbers. Verse 9. But his sheep is not going to hear them, right? Verse 9. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. All right? That's all I got to get from there, really. That's all I got to get from there. Matter of fact, let me go deeper. It says, verse 10, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. And that's what Yahweh Shem did for his elect. He's the door. He gave his life for us. Right? That's why, it's written in Revelation that he opened up our minds to accept him or not. Let me see if I can find that. And no man closeth closed doors. No locked doors. No locked doors. Revelation 3:8. I know thy works, behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. You see how important the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is? Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and to worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Yeah. That go back to Malachi chapter 1, right? Verses 2. You know, the Lord said, I have loved you, and you say, where have I loved you? And the Lord said, have I not said that I love Jacob and that I hated Esau? The same thing in Revelation chapter 9. And Paul had brought that out. Okay. Let me go to verse 5. Malachi chapter 3, verse 5. I'm almost done. I thought it'd be 20 minutes, but look, it's gonna be more like 40-something fucking minutes, almost an hour. Slack it, family. Anyway, Malachi 3 and 5, right? Malachi 3 and 5. Now, what was I at? Well, I'll do 3 again. No, I was at 4. Then shall the offering of Judah and Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord, as in the days of old, and as in former years. And I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the adulterers, and against the false swearers, and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages, and the widow, and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right. The stranger from his right. Right, because the stranger are Israelites, Israelite foreigners among the children of Israel. They're the Israelite foreigners. But you turn them away from his right. You try to say that, it's black Hebrew Israelite bullshit, right? And you Edomites, y'all say, everybody can get it, everybody can receive it. That's a lie. Everybody can receive salvation. That's a lie. So you got people that's not gonna get a chance to fulfill their whole role as being wicked and demonic and devils in this bitch, because they want to act like something that they're not. All right. In verse 6, it says, for I am the Lord, I change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. With that, we're going to get Hebrews, which is in the New Testament, which they call the New Testament. Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 8. Yahushua HaMashiach, the same yesterday and today and forever. Yeah, the Lord ain't changed. From Genesis to Revelation, the Lord ain't changed his viewpoints or nothing. If you're not an Israelite, you cannot be saved from your enemies, because you don't got no enemies according to the word, to the Lord. You're not a part of you are a part of Psalm 83, right? You're a part of those that conspired against the children of Israel, that the name of Israel be no more in the land. Y'all had a whole situation. All you kingdoms had a way of pushing us out of that land, that our name would be blasphemy, that we would be proverbs and bywords. You heathen nations who once upon a time had said, who is so near unto the Most High? You've seen how the Most High used us to put y'all in subjection and bring order to the world. And once y'all had an opportunity to side with Esau Edom, y'all said, hey man, we need a little control. And the Lord gave y'all that, but now it's time to give it back. Time is running out. All right, let me get this Revelation 1 and 8. Revelation 1 and 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat upon him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given him. Salakia, how you get to Revelation 6? Don't do that to me. I said 1. Salakia, y'all. Revelation 1 and 8. Yeah, just to show that the Lord don't change. This is Yahushua speaking. I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, said the Lord, which is and was and which is to come, the Almighty. He ain't changed. He is, he was, and he is to come. He ain't changed. Let me get this Psalms 89. We're going to close out on that. Psalm 89. Down 34. Nevertheless, I'm going to start at 33. Nevertheless, my loving kindness will I not utterly take from him, nor suffer my faithfulness to fail. My covenant will I not break, nor, let me see. Starting verse 20, it says, I have found David my servant, with my holy oil have I anointed him, with whom my hand shall be established, mine arm also shall strengthen him. The enemy shall not exact upon him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him. So the Lord said, you know, he gonna bring up a righteous branch through King David. Yahweh Shah, the vine, the righteous branch, the vine, right? The vine that we should abide in, which the elect of Israel is going to abide in. This is the house of King David. All right? They're not going to, they understand, yeah, time is running out. They're not going to be found degenerate or try to hold on to civil rights bullshit. All right? The only rights that exist is the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Either you with that or you not. Jumping back down to verse 30. 33. Nevertheless, my loving kindness will I not utterly take from him, nor suffer my faithfulness to fail. My covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that is gone out of my lips. So the Lord is not going to change. Once have I sworn by my holiness that I will not lie unto David. His seed shall endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me. It shall be established forever as the moon, and as a faithful witness in heaven. Salah. What's that? Amos 9. And 9. Yeah, 11. The restoration of Israel. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as the days of old. Okay? That's what the Lord's working on right now. He's building up the let me get that shit. Let me see if I can find out what is that. A righteous branch. Yahweh Shah. Righteous branch. Yes, it's Jeremiah. Jeremiah 23. And I'm going to start at part in verse 3. It says, And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. So the Lord is going to bring his remnant, the Israelite foreigners, from among all these nations, all these countries. You know, those who are of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12 tribes of Israel, the seed of the promise, right? The Lord is going to bring them from all countries. He said, and I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. Behold, the days cometh, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. Okay. He's talking about Yahweh Shah. So the time is running out for all this degeneracy to happen, or to keep on going, for all these non-believers, for all these unfaithful Israelites. Your time is up. All that faking it to make it shit, there is no need for it anymore. with that, I'm going to close out. Lord willing, hoping this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. Till next time, endure. Let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Chakadash, and double honor to Els and the Apostles' Great Millstone. Till next time, Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abba Baba.